everybody, my name is Jeremy, this is Rytm's Recording. I was probably supposed to do a video on the Uno Synth Pro X, which is out right now. Fun little mono synth, but something happened along the way, and that's what this video is about today. This is an analog mono synth. I think it's actually paraphonic, and this is the analog Rytm. And when I get a mono synth like this in the studio, my first thing to do is make acid music on it. Squelchy 303 line, stuff like that. You know, I did that with the Norend mono. And it's one of my favorite things to do. Acid music is just fantastic. So I hooked it up here, and I was doing some bug squashing, just like getting to get to know it, and getting the analog Rytm, which is an analog drum machine, involved in the whole thing. And what I inadvertently found is that this can make the most amazing acid mono lines with some extra twists that I found really, really cool. So I'm like, I should do a video on the analog Rytm doing interesting acid monolines. So that's what this is about today. We will get this involved and have a little bit of our Mini Freak and a little bit of our Prophet X here as well. Let's get started. The analog Rytm has multiple engines per voice. And you can adjust them per voice too, up to a certain amount. Like there are certain engines available for certain voices. It sounds really snappy and good. I love this thing. I don't use it as much as I should, but today it's getting some love. Okay, so one of the engines that we have access to is called this dual VCO. And it is what it says on the tin. It is 2 voltage controlled oscillators. We can go into chromatic mode and play it. And it sounds really good. There are some options in here. We can detune the second oscillator. We can decay the first oscillator and the second oscillator independently of each other. We can bend the thing, which is cool. And we can choose from a variety of configurations for the oscillator, for both oscillators. And what we have right now is this dual sine wave. And I think I'm actually going to start with that so we can go through and just see how wild this thing can get. Because one of the standout features of the sequencer in here is this thing called parameter slide. It's fun. And that's what we're gonna play with. So let's go ahead and hit play record, and I'll record like a little line. We don't really need a ton of notes. What this is about is the timbre shifts and the sort of sequencing that we can do. So let's go ahead and listen to some of the different configs. This is like a triangle sine wave. If I, there's a saw. So if I balance over just to the second oscillator, we will get just a saw wave. That sounds pretty good. You hear that detune swimming, which is actually pretty cool. So those 2 oscillators, it's a voltage controlled oscillator. So you're gonna get pitch instability, just a tiny bit of slop between the 2 oscillators. And that leads to that swimmy sound where they're not completely aligned. Increase our overdrive and go to the filter. Here is an analog low-pass filter. We have a low-pass 2-pole and low-pass 1-pole. Let's stick with the 2-pole for right now. And let's adjust our envelope. Already sounding really good. All right. So with this, you can get like a little bit of attack. Nice. Just kind of adjust it to taste. Whoa, that's spicy. Okay, cool. So now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go through here and I'm going to record some automation changes. I think I'm going to do it by trig. So I'm going to hit this one, and I'm going to turn bend all the way up, to tune up and decay. And you know what? Balance all the way to the second oscillator. Let's turn bend back down for right now. That'll be one of our things. Let's actually go to the filter and turn this up too. Great. We'll go over to this one. Filter up. Bend up. Tune up. 24. Great. And then 13 here, we'll just, we'll do bend negative. Oh, that just sounds good on its own. I didn't realize that bend negative did like a little glide thing like that. And then here, let's do something here too. Cool. Okay. So now we've got this step sequence thing, almost like using a tracker. In fact, the Elektron stuff was designed around being the sort of a hardware tracker that's in a groovy format, a groove box format. But now what we can do is go to function, slide, and pick some of those ones that we added parameters to around them, and it's going to slide those parameters to each other. Yeah. Cool, so now that we have that in there, let's go to our 7 here and do a bit more. I like that. That's cool. So that's basically the concept. Just get in there, pick a dual VCO, do a simple chromatic thing. We're gonna do one with this now, and play around with parameter locking and also with the slide feature. There we go. So there's our sympathetic groove there. Because you can create all of this really cool movement just with automation. Really, really tight 16-step groove is what really makes this stuff work, I think. All right. So, this thing can do squelchy acid lines. It's good. Is it quite a 303? No. We're missing that, like, extra, like, drivey squelch. This thing can get actually pretty close. All right. So this is one oscillator. I love the attack on this. Just a little bit of it. So yes, you can stack 3 acid lines on top of each other. No, that's fucking nasty. I love it so fucking much. I think that's it. Really simple concept today. I just really wanted an excuse to jam, and I can't do anything for myself. I always have to do a video on it. So yeah, that's what you get today. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope this was fun. Take care. Bye.